Okay, so let's talk about the things that I absolutely loved so very much. I was living for finally seeing Demeter drop back in. Oh, AK, this is everything I'm saying is spoilers, but listen, guys, broke and you can't fast pass, that has nothing to do with me. Like, I mean, save up your pennies and go ahead and spend some money. Moving on. So, Demeter is dropping in, and I was like, oh my god.
Cause Demeter is nuts.
She is crazy over her daughter. I mean, all mothers go crazy over their daughters, especially when they only got the one. But like, I would know, like, when she showed up, I was scared for Artemis's life, and she's immortal. So there you go with that one. So that was really fun to see. And also, another spoiler coming at you guys. She does threaten Apollo's life. I hope that Apollo gets handed to him a can of whoop ass from Demeter and Hades together. I hope like they end their feud so they can go and kick his ass together. I'm just saying. So that was great. I was living for that. I thoroughly got so excited to see Eros and Aphrodite showcase some of their epic love affair by showing their kink. It does include a riding habit and a bite for the horse. I was like, oh, they real freaky. You think Greek mythology, the most you're gonna do is an orgy? Oh no, they go there. I would love to be a fly on
Aphrodite and Eros could have an OnlyFans.
Yes, they could. Yes, they could, guys. Not even, I mean, if y'all not ready for it, don't read it. And don't watch me because I'm gross. Artemis is losing her mind this entire time, literally going through a breakdown. Because one, she's realized there's been signs that, you know, hey, Persephone has not been acclimating well. And she has been completely ignoring that. She hasn't been a good friend to Persephone. She hasn't been that emotionally sensitive to how she was behaving. And she had a good reason. She thought that she had someone be all up in her business, all over her ass for like all of her life, and she didn't want to do that to her. And I guess, you know what, it's one of those things where she wasn't wrong at all, but I guess it was one of those things where she wasn't really right, and maybe maybe there was no way to be right in this situation. He knows the truth about Persephone now, and he's not asking about like the poor mortals that she lost her crap on or anything. He's not.
All he's thinking is me. Oh, woe is me. How can I be such a strong, omnipotent God if I didn't even see, you know, this huge like act of rage enacted upon the earth?
I mean, you were probably screwing around with Thetis, Zeus. You were probably impregnating yet another nymph, Zeus. Anyway, he has really nice hair. I find jerks have the best hair. I don't know what it is. Something, is there like a special shampoo for assholes or something? And then all this is dropped, right? Artemis does find her way with Eros in tow to Hades' mansion. And she hates Hades. We all know that Artemis hates Hades. She hates the underworld. And her body is literally like decomposing, like it's glowing from just being in that atmosphere. Like it makes her radioactive. She cannot stand to be in the underworld. Oh my god. She's losing it. She's yelling at Hades and going through his place, ransacking his shit, and then I'm like, that's I'm like, he's the god of the underworld. He could literally send you to like Tartarus. What are you doing? And he's just sitting there chilling like, this bitch. Oh. You know, I feel like Artemis is one of those people where sadness and frustration, depression, loneliness is all interpreted into one thing, which is anger. Anger is her only emotion. That's all she can really cope with, is just being furious. That's like it. So she's not doing well. They finally decide to go ahead and get a real adult. I hate to say that, because like they're all technically like very old, but like I guess they're younger because they're the kids of. I don't know how that's actually working out. You know what? I'll give props to Rachel that she could actually convey some sort of age demographic and some sort of higher rank in this story, or else it would have gotten real confusing real quick. Especially since most of these people are actually the child of Zeus. So it's nothing but incest happening here. But you know what? Whatever. It was a Greek. Anna was having a lemonade moment. She's having a whole lemonade moment. She is going through her whole course of her life. She's talking about how she gave up everything who she could have been, who she was, how she left her home on earth, how she left her sisters behind. So this man, this god, has pretty much done what all abusers do. He went and separated her from the people that she loved most, made her harm the people that she loved most for his purposes, and then she gets the title of being his little golden traitor. I don't think I could live like that. And then she gets sit on this fake throne for him. And it kills me. I hate reading Era's story. Her story is literally like my worst nightmare. I could never be, oh God. So either way, she has to see once the progeny of Zeus give her a call and like, yo bro, Persephone's gone. That is like the biggest actual action piece of the story. So this, I'm gonna kind of like dial in with where I had the biggest issues with. So these stories were longer than what these stories that Rachel had given us were longer than what she had been doing for the past like 4 or 5 months. But that's not really saying much. She was able to do a lot of funny filler, and it was nice to be reintroduced into this world and to see what everyone had been dubbed to in Lore Olympus, that universe. But I feel like all 4 of those episodes could have been 2 episodes. I didn't need to see a whole panel of Artemis having this mental breakdown where she runs and ransacks into each and everybody's house and have that be like the biggest thing happening here. Like that is not an action plot point. That is filler. Like seeing Hades recognize that Eros's past girlfriend, now nymph, Olympus, is trying to wait for Eros. It's cute. It's very cute filler, but it is not an action point. We see, she does make a reference to kind of letting us know that Persephone has a plan. She went and sold a piece of jewelry that Hades had given her. And that's cool, but you know, it's just, like I said, it felt like one or 2, maybe. I'm being generous with the 2. It's really 1. It could have been 1 whole panel, and it would have been done. I am disappointed in that, and I feel as if there's other reasons for why she's doing that, and perhaps more than just the fact that she's working on the show for Netflix. And as somebody that has contributed and paid for her Patreon, does her webtoons, pay for her merch, because I have no problem. free is not a thing. Free does not exist. If someone is contributing to this world, they deserve to get paid for it. However, if I do pay, I definitely want to see I want to see a real story, like a real story arc, not like 4 or 5 different webtoons that were just disjointed. I'm over it. Because she's kind of been shortening the stories for a very long time, and I let it go for a very long time. I'm at the point now where I'm just not okay with it anymore. So while it was a good story, it was like one good webtoon, I'm no longer going to pay for them, for the webtoon passes. I will just go ahead and wait 3 or 4 months, read other stories on the site, and give my money to the ones where I feel like they actually do write an entire story arc each and every week, or as close to what I feel like is worthwhile, because at this moment it is not worthwhile. I mean, with the Patreon, I do get the previews, and she does some really great NSFW stuff, and I will gladly pay for her Patreon, but I am not going to spend not a dime more on those fast passes. And this is constructive criticism, because like I said, I can't take anything away from Rachel. She is very gifted and talented, and she deserves everything she gets. But she is not doing an entire story arc for her fast passes. She is giving us shortened stories, and that is not a story. That is not fulfilling to me. So I wish her the best. I will probably only be updating on more Olympus every few months or so as I read them, because I'm not going to pay for them anymore. And I think that's where I'm at with that story right now. I am going to be surfing the web and seeing what people think that she's going to do with Persephone, because once again, this is the retelling of Persephone Hades, so I kind of want to see like what other sleuthers are thinking she's going to be doing. Where the heck is she going? Where is she journeying to? Is she gonna go to the sun? Is she gonna go to Helios? Like, what's up with that? So yeah, I'm kind of off my hiatus, but I don't think I'll be updating regularly myself here anymore, just because I am still studying coding, and I do enjoy TikTok a lot more than YouTube. It's a lot more fun on TikTok, and I think that YouTube is gradually going to fade away, because they don't really want creators on this platform anymore. They want to have more corporate stuff so they can control it so much. And to be honest with you, I'm just not PG-13 enough for like this kind of junk all the time. I'm not. I mean, I'm a grown woman. I'm not up here like, you're gonna tell me that I can't swear ever, that I can't talk about politics or anything, or racy or anything sexual. Like, get out of here with that mess, you know? So we'll see what happens in the future for Candace Post Channel. Thanks guys for watching me, and have a great night.